Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look again once more at KAS, but double checking a few key factors. We just got our ABC pattern pulled up here. This isn't necessarily a guarantee, folks. I want you to know that, but it does look like we have potential for the price to potentially break this range to the downside if Bitcoin continues lower. Okay, so again, if you look at how well KAS was held up, contrary to Bitcoin, I think it's a testament to show it's very bullish and there's no reason to try to short into it. Okay, so we're again confirming a lot of bullish qualities here. So I would recommend not considering a short on this coin because you're probably not going to get a ton of profit. If you do, it'll be more lucky than it would be, actually beneficial or confirming, if you will. Okay, so let's quickly look at the backend data here, and just want to say thanks again for the awesome feedback from my community this morning. Deeply appreciate that. We did secure some nice little profit there from Rune. Good little 22% in 9 hours. Nice little swing trade there. And again, previously Bitcoin 45%, Chainlink, and Kaspa. Again, we took 64% from Kaspa in 7 days. I think we got in somewhere in the 15-cent range, got out around 19.5. Again, that was just kind of, if you saw my videos here recently, you'll know exactly kind of why we took that trade. But let's look at a liquidation and kind of just verify where we're at right now. This is very common for Kaspa to have like this cutoff of liquidation where just everybody gets instantly long and short at the same time. We do see a lot more longs, of course, at this lower level, 14 cents. I mentioned previously yesterday that we probably don't have anything to worry about that as far as that lower price point. The uptrend would be invalidated by the time we get even close to that. So generally speaking, if you have a very low leverage trade in the 14-cent range, you have probably nothing to worry about. But generally speaking, there is lower liquidation levels here, or some tighter ones here rather, from probably some higher leveraged longs at about 17 to 18 cents. So I would be careful. I think there is a potential for a sweep to the downside, but it makes more sense from a monthly perspective to sweep the upper levels. Again, 19.5 is completely gone. We talked about that and how that was essentially a target. It hit that target, dropped right back down, and now here we are right back on track again for continuation possibility of this 20 to 21.5 cent mark. Keep in mind, this is a price discovery, so we don't necessarily know any previous resistances. Once you break through a resistance level, it will oftentimes retest that as a support, which we are kind of seeing right now. And what I mean by that here isn't necessarily the candle wicks, more so talking about the candlesticks here. We're going to take a look here. We got a lot of support there, potential right there at about 18 cents even, because there was, again, strong resistance. 18 cents has so far held pretty well. So I'd say until we break below 18 cents, there's a good chance we're probably going to be able to maintain this price point. Keep in mind too, the doji candle here today is considered a gravestone doji candle. That's not a good sign. That is fairly unfavorable, telling us that this whole entire 24-hour period, which still has 8 hours left in it, by the way, is essentially being controlled by the bears because it opened and potentially closed at the same exact point. So having said that, let's look at some other stuff here. We can see a lot of reasons why stochastic RSI swinging down, RSI kind of being where it's at, we're in pretty good shape. Now, again, I know stochastic swinging down, it is a sign of a reversal, right? But it's kind of like the initial premature early sign of reversal. Me personally, until we close under 50 on the RSI, I have no reason to want to consider shorting this coin. Just doesn't make sense. Now, of course, as soon as I upload this video, it's very common, price will probably drop. I would say that it should and we should expect that because Bitcoin, Bitcoin, CME futures here, there's a pretty significant gap here down as low as, and you can see on the hour a little easier, as low as about 61,100. And this is relevant because, again, Bitcoin pulls back, Kaspa should too, but look how well it's holding. It's holding this range between 0.382 and 0.236 perfectly. So 17.7 to 18.5 is that range that we're in. Till we break above or below, we want to continue to presume it will stay the same, okay? And again, all the more reason why we wait. But on top of that, if we do take a look at the 4-hour, we want to wait for the RSIs to kind of let us know and give us confirming factors. So we're holding 50 on the RSI, which is good. Stochastic swinging down for the moment, but once it starts to swing up and we maybe see that MACD convergence, that's when we likely want to have more consideration for a long position. Right now, I just think it's a little premature to just jump into a long just because this coin is strong. We may want to wait because we could see one more leg down. Again, I have this ABC up here as a continuation of the downside potential because we have already hit our 1 through 5 to the upside, so we're hypothetically topped out at this 20-cent range. And it would make sense for one more leg down just to kind of finish that pattern. Again, it's not a guarantee, but it does happen. Either way, 4-hour time frame is looking pretty solid. Overall sentiment here, though, is that we got to be mindful that the price could retrace because we're under the 20-day SMA. Anytime you're under the 20-day SMA on the 4-hour or the daily, you just kind of want to be, you want to open your eyes a little further, really. Basically like, okay, I don't want to be naively bullish on this coin. We have a chance of the price action pulling back. That's basically where we're at. Hourly time frame, last thing to note is the Ichimoku cloud. And we just want to kind of confirm here that being underneath the cloud is disadvantageous generally. However, the lagging span is within the price action, conversion line is just above the baseline. So this is basically telling us that there is potential for a shift of momentum here. Again, a closure above this 0.236 Fibonacci would be awesome. I'd prefer to see a closure at about 18.7 or higher though. So something in this range would be awesome. So that's kind of where we're at there in the overall sense here for KAS. It's looking pretty favorable overall, but I think it's a little premature to want to take a long position until Bitcoin bottoms out. My speculation is we're going to see Bitcoin 61.5, 61.1 get swept sometime in the next 24 to 48 hours. And if that is the case, then I welcome a long position at that point for Bitcoin because it is showing a lot of bullish signs right now, and it makes sense to consider a long position with Bitcoin. And if that is the case, then I would say same thing for KAS, but perhaps wait a little bit longer for the price to pull back a little bit further so you can trade with confidence. But again, you combine these two coins side by side, you compare them, there's no doubt that KAS is tremendously stronger. Okay, so just keep in mind there's a larger propensity for this coin to go up versus going down. If it does go down, just one small liquidity sweep here to grab that 17-cent range, potentially in this area here, bounce off 0.5 fib. Bob's your uncle. That's pretty much it. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at there. Awesome stuff. Thanks again so much for watching. Join us over on Twitter, Telegram, Discord, YouTube, TikTok now as well for shorts. And if you want to become a better trader, again, CryptoCache.tech is a site. Link down below. We actually got a lot of new members coming over because we have slots available as of the 1st. So just a heads up on that. If you've been considering that, jump on over there. We post our results in Twitter, TikTok, and Telegram. So if you're curious about that, check that out. But the important thing to recognize is that we consistently secure profits and it's fairly safe. Even bad months that we have, we generally break even. We rarely go in the red. And we've only had one red month, which was June. And April was kind of a break-even month. And then the last 12 months prior to that have been all green. So again, cool stuff. Thanks again for the awesome feedback, folks. We'll see you in the next one. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care. Thanks again for your time.